My name is John Morgan, and I'm a sergeant in the ADF. My squad and I were mobilised last night as part of the 2nd Battalion. We made an amphibious landing south of Wisdom Bay and are now preparing to hike into the jungle. While we aren't taking the highway, the brass won't say. Something big is going on, but the powers that be are keeping it rather mysterious. Our immediate superiors claim we're here to supply humanitarian aid, but then why are we so heavily armed? I'm making this audio diary not in any official capacity, but for my family, in the event that, for whatever reason, I do not make it out in one piece. I'm probably being overly dramatic, and I see no reason why I wouldn't survive this operation, but there's something about all this that just isn't sitting right with me. All right, looks like we're heading out. Grab your gear, Johnson. Let's go, Miller. We're here in a remote village, inland in the Java River, and I don't even know how to describe what's happening here. In fact, I probably shouldn't even be recording this, but it's not the first time I've violated proper protocol. Some sort of plague has swept the town, and people are panicking. Those infected seem to have lost their bloody minds. They become violent and aggressive, and attack like rabid animals. They seem to feel no pain, and nothing will put them down short of a bullet in the brain. The orders on high aren't making much sense, and some of the men under my command are beginning to freak out. Not that I can blame them. 2 hours ago, we saw a young mother gnawing on her own bloody child. Jesus. They want us to keep everyone quarantined here and prevent their escape by any means necessary. When I asked them what that meant, they said, do we have to split it out? They had us abandon the village. They told us to get out immediately, and I've no idea why. They say this infection is out of control and spreading across the island. I have family in Henderson, but no one will bloody tell me what's happening there. If they're so worried about containing the bloody infection, why would they tell us to evacuate? They said we'd be safer. Did you hear that? Is that air support? Are they airdropping supplies for the villagers? I hope so. Those people are starving. It makes sense to drop air supplies since they're blockaded the highway in and out. Oh my God, what are they doing? Are they firebombing the bloody village? Jesus Christ, they're burning them alive! This can't be right! What the hell are they doing? They bombed the bridges and the roads to prevent any movement of the civilian population. And now they're ordering us to kill any villagers who escape the firebombings. Not just the infected, but everyone. Men, women, children. My men are balking at this and I can't blame them. We're here to protect these people, not murder them. I told Colonel Ormsby, my commanding officer, that I would not order my men to murder innocent civilians. Colonel Ormsby said refusal to follow orders would be considered gross insubordination, and my men and I will be charged with desertion and arrested as traitors. Hold up, men. Looks like, some sort of research facility ahead. At least that's what it is according to the map here. Yeah, there could be food and supplies in there, but we need to... Johnson, wait! Hold up, mate! We need to reconnoiter the area before we... Oh, Jesus, what the bloody hell's that? Shoot it! Most of my squad is dead. Melby and Howard were lost in Kundera. Johnson was attacked by this abomination. Murphy put a bullet in him as his screams were raising the dead. At least they look and smell bloody dead, but how can that be? I came from the jungle, from everywhere, snarling like hungry animals. Miller panicked and ran into a whole mob of them. They fell on him like rabid dogs, tore him to pieces. And the rest of us barely made it out alive. I was bitten on the shoulder, and the others were sure the infection would take me as well. And soon after we went to sleep, Jenkins tried to murder me. I had no choice but to shoot the bloody maniac. Everyone's scared to death. At this point, I think our only option is Henderson. At least there's a military base there. Most of our families are there as well. I just hope the city's still safe. army's been slaughtering them and they're fighting back. They shoot at us on sight, but I'm not about to shoot back. They're bloody frightened. Who can blame them? I decided it would be best to avoid unnecessary confrontation, so we're travelling by the old Japanese World War II tunnels. They were shut down years ago, so we've no idea of what's down here. The whole bloody world's gone crazy, so we're probably safer down here than we would be up there.
What was that?
Shit. Set up ahead. Set a person. Get to cover! We're under fire! We got some live ones! We're trying to stay quiet as the infected are everywhere. It's just the two of us now. Jack was bitten by something down in the tunnels. We're both hoping he'll be fine, as I seem to still be alright. Maybe some of us are immune to this plague. We're at the ferry, but it doesn't seem to be operational. Jack has family in Henderson as well. We need to find a boat to get us across. I just hope the military doesn't shoot us out of the water. I mean, who can we trust? Citizens despise us and the army consider us traitors. And then there's the infected. To them, we're just meat. I better quiet down. I don't want them to hear me. Jack attacked me last night. I beat him back and tied him up. Couldn't bring myself to kill him, even though the disease has taken him. He saved my life back in the jungle. I can't just put him down like a rabid dog. Maybe there's a cure for this. I mean, there has to be, right? There has to be something. We're at the lighthouse in Henderson, and the city itself is in chaos. There's a huge quarantine area that's full to bloody bursting with the dead. I don't know what else to call them. They don't seem human. I just can't believe this is what it's come to. I haven't seen any other soldiers, and the citizens we have seen are cowering inside. I see them watching me through the boarded up windows. I'm guessing the army's hiding as well. Holed up in their base. Afraid to bloody come out. My family's gone. My wife, my two girls. Jen left a note behind for me, just in case I came looking for them. Apparently the lines went down, she had no way to contact me, so she packed up the kids and left Henderson for the airport. She's trying to get to Australia. She has an aunt in Adelaide. I hope to God they weren't on that bloody highway when the army dropped those bombs. If they were caught in that, if the military slaughtered my family, I swear to God I will find out who issued that order and I will put a bullet in their bloody head. Shit. Somebody in here. Back in the girls' room. I better check, just in case. Oh, fuck! Fuck! Oh, Jesus Christ! Was that Mr. Barenka? Was that my goddamn next-door neighbour? Oh, Jesus! Jesus, another! My name is John Morgan, Sergeant in the ADF. And I'm leaving this recording here because I do not trust the army to get it to my wife. If she's even still alive. Whoever finds us, please try to get this to Jennifer Ann Morgan. She's staying with a Mrs. Mary Rogers in Adelaide, Australia. Alright. Jen, this is for you. I just want you to know that, you and the girls, you're everything to me. I'm so sorry I wasn't there to protect you, that you had to face this alone. You know, this morning I found a little boy hiding in a car. Couldn't be more than 5. His parents must have locked him in there to protect him. Who knows what the hell happened to them, but I've decided that I've no choice but to take him to the army base. I've nowhere else to turn. What other option do I have? Jen, it's likely they'll arrest me for going AWOL. But at least if they court-martial me, I can finally tell my side of the story, you know? Tell them what went on. People need to know what happened here. Hey. It's okay, son. I'm not mad at you.
I'm scared.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. Promise. Everything's gonna be okay. Really?
Edge over the competition. Chester's.
Nails in the church.
That movie, Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah. That's the one where the corpses start eating the people, right? Sure. What about it?
Did you know that movie was based on a true case?
Ah, come on, you're shitting me, right?
I've never been more serious in my life.
That's not possible. I mean, they showed zombies taking over the world.
They changed it all around. What really happened was, back in 1969 in Pittsburgh at the VA hospital, a chemical spill. All that stuff kind of leaked down into the morgue and made all the dead bodies kind of jump around as though he was alive.
What chemical?
2,4,5-trans, it's called. It was to kind of spray on marijuana or something. And the Darrow Chemical Company was trying to develop it for the Army. And they told the guy who made the movie that if he told the true story, they'd just sue his ass off. So he changed all the facts around.
So what really happened?
They closed it all down, see? And the Army shipped all that contaminated dirt and all those dead bodies out. And they kept it a secret.
Long before the infection, there was peace, prosperity, and evolution. But now it's hell. The dead are everywhere. The smell of rotting flesh fills the air. I'd give anything to spend long and grueling days at the hospital again. Hours of time were spent in the ER, only to be filled with the memories of my staff's screams and being alive. The day the building was run over, I drove like hell to get out of there, but I was reckless in my escape. I lost control of my car and fell off the overpass. Rookie mistake, but I survived. They won't know. This city is not for the dead, but for the living. I will escape this hell at all costs, and we will wake from this nightmare.
Of Banoi. I'm investigating illegal logging and clear cutting that's not only damaging the ecosystem here, but costing the people of Banoi billions. I've been told that my life might be in danger as those behind this illegal activity will stop at nothing to protect their criminal enterprise. As a precaution, I will be leaving a trail of recordings wherever I go, so that if something were to happen to me, the truth would still be told. I'm leaving now to meet with an informant who I believe could rip the lid off of this investigation. I'm approaching the location where I'm to meet my informant. I must say, everything seems oddly quiet and deserted here. I'm a little concerned that my informant has been exposed. I hope he's all right. The door appears to be ajar. Mr. Anomo? Hello? Anyone here? Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. There's blood everywhere. I don't see a body, though. Mr. Anomo? What the hell? Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh my God! Whoever that was, I think I just killed her. Bashed her head in with a fucking lamp. She was out of her mind. She tried to bite me, for Christ's sake. She must have been 70 years old. Someone else is back there. I gotta get out of here. Oh, fuck. I had to throw away my jacket. There was so much blood on it. I would go to the authorities, but, yeah, I'm afraid they wouldn't believe this. that a psychotic 70-year-old woman attacked me and forced me to kill her? Whew. There seems to be some sort of traffic accident. Man, it is even more chaotic than usual out there today. Excuse me, driver? Any idea what's going on? I mean, why are all those people... You know, I got an idea. Why don't we turn around? It looks like... Jesus, what the fuck? I don't know, we might be in the middle of a terrorist attack here. People are running in panic, covered in blood, and it seems that... Oh my God! Oh my God! Jesus! Is this thing on? Testing? Testing? A few other survivors and I have made it to the city to find food and shelter. We are holed up in the slums, hiding in a rat-infested building. We're trying to fortify it the best we can to keep out... Oh, keep out what? Keep out I don't even know what. It's, it's like something out of a goddamn horror movie. It's gotta be some kind of an illness. But I'm not a doctor. I don't know what kind. But what I do know is that people appear... Well, they appear to die, and then they get up. They rise up, and their minds are gone. They attack those who, I presume, aren't infected yet. And I know this is going to sound really crazy, but they eat human flesh. Did you hear that? They're massing outside. Shit. They know we're in here. People need to know what's happening here. It's the only reason I'm still recording these fucking messages, so people will know what the... Oh, shit. Shit. They're getting in. Shit. I'm so sorry, Karen. I am really so sorry. I know I haven't always been there for you and Jakey. I know I haven't been the best husband or father. I know you told me I'm always on the road, always working on the next story. And hey, surprise, you're right. But I'm recording this for you, and I'm hoping someone will find it because I don't think I have much time. I'm hiding in the back of a small store. They don't know I'm here, but I can hear them. They're looking for me. Jacob, I'm sorry I won't be there for you. I won't see your ball games or help you with your homework. Not that I was ever very good at that. Oh, fuck. I was so exhausted I couldn't help but sleep. And in the morning, the infected were gone. I don't know where they went. Maybe they found other survivors, but I am making a run for it. This city is in chaos. Buildings are burning, wrecked cars cover the streets. At first there was looting, but now there's no one. The dead are everywhere. Where are the fucking police? The military? Why haven't they... Wait a second. There's someone up ahead. Oh man, it looks like a little girl. She's sitting in the street next to a woman who looks to be dead. Her mother, maybe? The girl's crying. Oh, Jesus Christ. Her face is buried in her chest and she's crying. Oh, I can't just leave her there, alone. She's about the same age as my son. No more than 6. Oh, fuck. Hello? Hey, sweetie. Are you okay? Honey? Maybe you should come with me. Sweetheart, Oh my God! Her face... It's covered with blood. Shit! I'm riding in a 4x4, following a group of survivors heading into the jungle. Apparently, someone on the radio is leading them to the source of this sickness. There's supposed to be some kind of a lab hidden in the jungle. Could this be some sort of experiment gone wrong? Some kind of animal-borne disease, like swine flu or bird flu that's mutated? If this spreads beyond Banoi, if it were to hit a major population center, it could be the end of everything. People need to know what this is. Maybe they can... We hit some kind of animal, and the car careened off the road and down an embankment, through the trees. The driver, my driver, is badly hurt. I think his leg is broken. Wait. I'm hearing something else, too. What the fuck is that? Something's coming. God, it's something big. Oh my God. It's an orangutan. Oh, fuck. Nice. Jesus Christ. It's infected. It's the animal we hit. It should be dead. Why the fuck isn't it? Infected animal tore the driver right out of the car. Sorry, but I didn't even try to help him. I ran. I kept on running until I couldn't hear the driver screaming. Somehow I found the lab. A few of the guards thought I was infected. They almost fucking shot me. But they didn't, and thank God. And now I'm inside. I'm safe inside. But this complex, it is not defensible. A group, however, is preparing to leave the lab for the island prison. It's designed to house the worst of the worst. So it's a fortress. If the infection hasn't spread inside, then it may be the last safe place. The last chance any of us have to survive this. Jake, I don't know how long I can stay coherent. I can feel this sickness inside of me. They say the first symptoms are a high fever, and man, I'm sweating. The fluorescent lights are blindingly bright. We made it to the prison and thought we were safe. But the infection, it's everywhere. There is a contingent of prisoners, survivors, but before we could reach them, we were attacked. And get this, the one who bit me was missing half his fucking head and half his fucking teeth, and he bit me. Shit. Hey, but guess what? I showed him. I took him off at the fucking neck with my machete. Good thing no one saw me get bit, and my sleeve covers up the wound. But it's festering, and it's spreading inside of me. No one... Okay, so, I'm hungry. I'm fucking hungry. A gnawing, burning, screaming need. So fucking painful, I can't even think. They're gonna see that I'm turning. I'm so sorry, Jacob. I'm so sorry. I'm working so hard to hold on to any thread of sanity. I can't even remember what I'm trying to say. Why am I so fucking ravenous? I feel like my fucking skin is on fire, like someone is driving nails into my fucking forehead. Stop it! Jacob? Hey, buddy. Why are you afraid of me? It's me. It's your dad. Jacob! Look out! Behind the door! Kill that fucking thing!
It infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills while forming a temperature that rises upwards of 105 degrees. After an hour of contracting this sickness, the infected will immediately convulse into an epileptic seizure before expiring and dying. 1 hour after that, however, the infected will start to move again, but there will be no registered pulse or other form of life. and the infected will instantly become extremely aggressive and attack any nearby non-infected in an attempt to pass on the disease. All citizens are advised to remain in your homes and to not leave under any circumstances at all. National Guard forces are currently deployed, and all local law enforcement are tasked with taking down any aggressive infected they come across.
Cap, don't make us seem old someday talking about it. We're a multiple choice question on a future history quiz. We'll even get our own chapter. What would you call it?
Thank God for my Janine's nuclear bunker of a cabin?
And for this dead trucker's radio.
That's not a clicky title at all.
It ends with the two of us standing together as king and queen of the apocalypse.
This really is the apocalypse, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
I started keeping track of all the people I've heard shot on the radio.
Yeah, these radios are a hot commodity.
Do you think that's why those guys were following you?
I don't know.
They're definitely off your trail, right? Devin?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Make sure that they are. I had to lose one on my way too.
Of course. Look, I didn't realize how dark it was getting. I should switch off.
Just get here safe.
It's the eyes that's sick with you.
You don't sound good.
Yeah? You?
Someone's at the neighbors.
Whoa, what?
Someone's at the Larsons.
Get out of plain sight.
I can see them. They're not scavenging. They look afraid.
It could be a trap. Get off the radio. Stick away from the windows.
It's an older woman, and I'm assuming that's her daughter.
You can't trust people like this anymore. You haven't seen what I've seen.
And you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Two people who need help.
God, no, come on. Give me another day to get there.
I still have Janine's shotgun. We can talk when I'm back, and I'll let you know how they're doing.
Just wait. Just one more day. Rachel. Rachel, where are you?
Hey, Devin.
Who the hell is this?
I've been listening to you two for a while now. This world's changed you.
Where's Rachel?
She's still at the neighbors.
What do you want?
The food, the supplies, your wife. I like her. You should see how she set up this place.
Leave that cabin and don't come back.
Don't bother coming. There'll be nothing left for you here.
I'm gonna kill you.
That would be easy for you, wouldn't it? Here she comes. See you, Devin.
Rachel!
My name is Angela Guerra. My husband Paul and I are Peace Corps volunteers. We've been in Palanai, working in a small village in the eastern highlands that had no electricity or phones. It has been an amazing time, and they taught us so much more than what we taught them. But after 2 years, we'll soon be on our way home. Unfortunately, a strange illness has swept through the village, and that may delay our departure. The symptoms come on suddenly, and the sufferer is stricken almost immediately. That's why I'm recording this, to document what is happening here. My husband has been down with whatever this illness is since last night. He's dizzy, he's feverish. I'm really starting to worry. Paul? Are you alright? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm with a group of survivors and we're on foot, heading into the highlands. Paul was so feverish he was out of his head. It's like he didn't even know who it was. He attacked me and tried to bite me. I ran for help, but it was insane. People were screaming and fighting and crying, and this little boy, he couldn't have been more than 10, leaped on me and tried to bite me. I pushed him away, and a grown man, chopped off his head with a machete. Oh my God. What is happening here? Some said that the people who had lost their minds were dead. Dead! Like zombies. I went back and tried to find Paul, but he was gone. And I have no idea what happened to him. We We lost one of our group last night. Bill. He was sleeping right by the fire when he was attacked. She looked like an old woman, but she moved so fast. Half her left arm was gone. You could see the bone, white in the firelight. And she made the most terrible, growling, gurgling sound. Blood ran down her face and she still had Bill's flesh in her teeth. Zico hit her in the head with a shovel. But she got up again and he hit her again and again until finally he had to decapitate her. She looked like she was 70 years old. Most of her clothes had been torn off. Some say it's kudru, that cannibal disease, but how is that possible? These people are dying and they are resurrecting. Well, Bill, he was badly hurt. And he was afraid the disease would take him, and he didn't want to become one of them. So he grabbed Gabrielle's shotgun and put it in his mouth, and oh, the sound was so loud. We knew it would attract other infected, so we ran. Into the dark, into the jungle. There aren't very many of us left. Some kind of research facility. John went running for it, and that was a mistake. Something came out of the woods and attacked him. It was huge and covered in these festering boils. I'd seen some terrible things, but nothing like this. We beat the poor creature down and Zico split its skull. John was badly hurt, barely alive. He begged me to put a bullet in his head so he wouldn't resurrect. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. So I handed him the gun and he... Oh, Jesus. After that, I just lost it. I screamed. I swore. I was so goddamn angry. And that's when a man came out of the facility. He heard me cursing, so he knew I wasn't sick. He was so surprised to see us. His name is Dr. Kessler, and I know I should be grateful that he took us in. But there's something off about him. He's involved in some sort of research project, but he seems very evasive. He says we can't stay long as he doesn't have enough food for all of us. Tom wants to force the issue, but I don't trust this Kessler. The people of Paul and I are so kind. In the village where Paul and I were assigned, they lived such simple lives. They lived in huts and grew their own food. And I taught them how to read English and do simple math. And in the evenings, it would be time for talk story. We would all tell stories. It's a big tradition here. Once I showed them pictures from home, of LA. And they saw two homeless men on Hollywood Boulevard, crude signs propped between their legs. They asked me what they were doing, and I told them they were homeless and they didn't understand. The concept made no sense to them. How could they be homeless? They said if I would bring them here, they would build them huts and plant them gardens, and their generosity was so genuine, it made me cry. Is our society really more civilized than theirs? What do I have to teach them? I asked him to come with us, but he's determined to stay. I don't know, maybe we can send help for him once we reach Henderson. There's a military base there, and if there's anywhere that's still safe, that's probably it. The rain has been steady. Oh, and it's coming down harder, and the river is starting to rise. We're all worried the road will wash out before we can make our way there. Oh, the mosquitoes are eating us alive. Tom seems feverish, and I see how the others are looking at him. He says he hasn't been bitten, but this is clearly a bloodborne disease. Couldn't it be transmitted by mosquito? I mean, why would it be any different from malaria or West Nile virus? And if that's true, we all might have it, and any one of us could turn at any moment. He hung himself. It was so horrible. But the rain was coming down so hard and waters were rising, so we didn't have time to cut him down or bury him. I didn't think we'd make it here. Mud was rolling down the hills like black lava. I never knew a mudslide made so much noise. There were boulders bigger than cars, and the trees were cracking and snapping. It was terrifying, and with the pounding rain, we had to shout to even hear each other. We barely made it to the ferry, and the undead were everywhere. Military planes are flying overhead, but where are the soldiers? Where are the authorities? Maybe we'll find some answers in Henderson. The people here in Henderson are terrified. They know as much as we do. Clearly, there's no stopping this. The military instituted martial law, and part of the city has been quarantined, but it doesn't seem to be helping. The infection just keeps spreading. The dead wash ashore and rise up and attack like wounded animals. The soldiers try to put them down, but there are so many. They have no idea what's happening either. They're getting conflicting orders. No one seems to know who's in charge. It's crazy. People are getting desperate, and I'm really afraid. Most of the soldiers are so young. They're as terrified as everyone else. I'm here with a group of survivors hiding out here in an abandoned store, hoping that the army will send in reinforcements and finally get the upper hand. Some say that Henderson is lost, and that soon the few survivors left will be at each other's throats over the last food and water. But I don't know about that. There's a deep sense of community here, and not everyone has given up. There's a doctor, Dr. Cecil, who set up a field hospital. I'm doing everything I can to help him, and we're making a difference. That's why I joined the Peace Corps, to help people. So that's what I'm doing. Besides, it's better to keep busy. When I close my eyes and try to rest, all I can think about are all the horrible things I've seen. I have too much to do to dwell on any of that. I have people here who... The military base is in trouble. You can hear alarm sirens going off and all kinds of explosions. I thought they would help us. I thought they would protect us. But they can't even protect themselves. If you find this recording, please get it to Mike and Blanca Guerra in Woodland Hills, California. Mom, Dad, I know you didn't want me to come here. I know you didn't understand why I wanted to leave LA and join the Peace Corps. I'm sorry I disappointed you. I wanted to see the world, have an adventure, make a difference.
Come in. Come in. This is File at Ballard reporting from Shy Peak. I highly advise immediate evacuation. The fires are spreading fast. At this rate, I say all of the Sierra and most Yosemite will be gone in about a week. If there's anyone still out there who needs assistance, please respond. It's been 2 days since I heard from Central Comms. Ramos was supposed to be back at the tower this morning, but I'm starting to fear the worst. All of us that were dropped, I hope it was worth it. Cities can be rebuilt, but this, losing all of this beauty, why did we have to rope nature into our fate? It's not right. Assuming one responds, this will be my final transmission. I'll leave the comms on until sunrise.
Hey, wanted to tell you that I'm gonna say what? Japan. It can't be as bad as Portland. I'm well enough stocked. Got about 6 jugs of water, and I can fill them up when it rains. Food might be a little trickier, but I used to go fishing a lot when I was a kid, so yeah. I'll make it. I always wanted to go to Tokyo. You always wanted to go to Tokyo. But it's like that one summer when I convinced myself that us quitting our job and moving to Europe together was a good idea. You'd probably talk me out of this mess too. But you're gone now.
10 days ago, a new viral outbreak had broken out in New York City and had quickly spread throughout the Northeast and is currently ravaging its way through the Midwest, southern United States, and is quickly making its way to the West Coast. All citizens are advised to remain inside their homes and to not be seen on the streets. The infected are extremely aggressive and will attack those who are not infected. Once infected, there is no known cure and there is a 100% probability of death. National Guard, armed forces, local law enforcements, and other militarized branches of the United States military are currently on a shoot-on-sight order for all infected that they find outside of homes. If you are found to be outside of your home, you will be neutralized immediately. Repeat, stay indoors and do not go outside. Do not leave your homes at the sight of militarized forces or else you will be shot and neutralized immediately.
Well, had I considered the prospect of first contact, I would have prepared proper remarks toward the establishment of relations. Over.
I don't quite know what to say either. I've gotten to the point where I figured this was a waste of time. Over.
Perhaps an exchange of Q&As might grease the wheels. A few right off the top of my dome. Where are you located? How long have you been there? How many people do you have? And should we continue saying over? Over.
We can probably make do without the overs. As for the other stuff, I don't think I'm comfortable sharing it just yet.
Understandable. Any alts more within your zone of comfort?
Talk about our lives before all this?
My personal origin entails a long and storied history. Were you thinking prologue, or should I skip ahead a few chapters?
I guess so. Start with where you're from.
Certainly. A Lone Star child at heart, I was born in the shadows of Big D. That's a well-worn nickname for Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I picked up on that. I grew up in Pennsylvania, a small town called Strasburg.
Dubious as it may seem, I know Strasburg, Pennsylvania well.
Sure you do.
True as Coventry blues. During adolescence, I went through a significant foamer phase. Locomotives were my jam. As such, my parents purchased a pair of tickets to the 1995 Train Fan Expo at the Railroad Museum in, well, you guessed it.
Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Whoa!
I have the most vivid memory of an ice cream shop with the most marvelous batch of black raspberry ice cream.
The inside scoop. I went there all the time. Hell, you and I might have been there on the same day.
Well, knowing this, there is a critical question needs answering. Cake cone or waffle?